Okay, this is a video of my Kenmore window air conditioner here. This was manufactured in the USA in February of 2000 by White Consolidated Industries, which was eventually bought out, I think, in 2003 by Electrolux. And then Electrolux continued to use their designs for another year or two, and then they changed their design, changed it to their own designs, and that's when the Electrolux and the Frigidaire and Kenmore and Gibson air conditioners and whatever other brands. I think there was also Tappan and Kelvinator and a few others, and Westinghouse went to shit. This was still manufactured by WCI, even though it has digital controls. It's made very well. It has a pretty old design. My neighbor has an old, from I think 1994, 1994 Frigidaire 6100 BTU unit, and I might get it at some point. I really hope I do, because it's one of those units I really want. But other than that, it's pretty much the same as this, with the exception that the fan motor is different, and the compressor is a different brand, and the fan blades are on the condenser fan blades are different. And it's a different color, and it's not digital. It's got the regular analog controls or whatever, mechanical. It's a Kenmore. These seem to have a pretty common problem with the front breaking, so I just put a little screw in it, and I have another identical unit to this, which is a little more beat, and it rattles a lot because the compressor mounts are shot. So, but other than that, it's also very quiet. But this one's very quiet. See if you can see the sticker. 5600 BTUs. Manufacturer Sears Roebuck and Company. Even though it doesn't say WCI, it was manufactured by WCI. Date 02 of 2000. All the part numbers and stuff and patents come back to White Consolidated Industries. And obviously, and it's a design they use, you can tell just by the design of the air conditioner. And the only thing that it might not say it, but it's obviously not an Electrolux, because Electrolux had nothing to do with Frigidaire and stuff. And the GE fan motor in this thing, I'll give it this much: the fan motor is made in China. However, it's a GE motor, and it's got the sleeve bearings, and it does not have bad bearings. And I've never seen one of these particular motors go bad. So it does have, it's new enough that it does have some Chinese parts, but they're good quality, and they're from quality manufacturers, so it's really not a big deal. It's one of those things that prove like a Chinese motor can last. But however, it's not like Guan Ding Dong whatever yin yang in China. It's an actual GE Motors motor, it says on it, and it's a Frigidaire part number. But you know, I replaced the run cap in it. I thought the one here was bad, but it turns out it was actually a problem with the circuit breaker in the house. So that was all replaced. So it has a new run cap for the fan motor, and it's still run cap for the fan motor and the compressor, so it has a new one. It doesn't need one, but hey, it probably saved me another 15 years on the unit before I had to do anything. I keep it clean. I cleaned it this fall. New side panels. These have these fold-up things, and the best way I've seen to do is just bend those out. Original pieces though, I don't have the remote for this. I have a remote that does work for it, but it doesn't work 100% because it has a few different things, so like the temperature and stuff works, but the fan speeds don't really, whatever. It's for a slightly different unit. It works for the most part, but the fan speeds on it and stuff kind of doesn't work out too well with that remote, so I have to buy a remote for it. Vent pole, this is kind of useless. These are always kind of useless, but it just opens up a little, there's a little slit back there. You probably can't see it because it's dark outside. I put this foam up here because these little louvers did rattle a little bit when it was down like this, so a little piece of foam just touches the top of them and keeps them from rattling. It's kind of getting dirty, but I've cleaned it. It's actually not that bad, it's just the louvers are a little dirty and the vents are kind of dirty, but I also had to glue this down. It's not perfect, but it's a 16-year-old unit. So, I'll start it up. It's very quiet. This is the most quiet window air conditioner I've ever used. And this unit truly has the quality of like a Friedrich unit. It really does. It has the same quality as an old 90s or 80s or whatever Friedrich unit. So, and it's a very heavy unit, even though it's only 5600 BTUs. This thing is probably about the same weight and size as the modern 8000 BTU unit. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but it goes, yeah, you can actually. You can see it sticks out the window about a good foot. It's got a steel barrier in between it. You know, it has a styrofoam air duct. There's a galvanized steel barrier behind that. So the blower wheel in there, you can see in there, it was manufactured in the USA by Tech Air Inc. The only reason I know that is because I saw the labeling on the inside of the blower wheel when I was cleaning the other one. So here it is. I'm gonna start on fan. That's medium. Let's start on high fan. You can hear the slinger on the outside. It has a slinger ring obviously on the condenser fan, but it does also have a drain hole in the bottom. That's the false reading of the still when the compressor was on, so the coil was cold. Medium. On the fan, it obviously measures the indoor temperature. You probably can't hear me. Low. The one touch, it only works on energy saver and cool. I'm gonna get a compressor startup. It has an LG compressor, however, it is a very quiet compressor. There you go. I don't know if you heard it, but the compressor has a really nice startup sound too, and it's already getting cold. This air conditioner, if it sits for a while, it might take a minute or two to get ice cold, but usually, on average, it takes about 5 seconds to get ice cold. Like it just came on, it's already blowing ice cold air. I don't feel like getting the temperature thing, the temperature probe out with the multimeter or the infrared thermometer, because the infrared thermometer doesn't work too well on the air coming out because it measures the temperature in there. Let me see. He was off for a little while, so 51 degrees, it's going down. Here going in is about 68. Yeah, it's going down. Oh, the battery's dying on this thing. 48, that's about a 20 degree temperature difference. That's about what you'd expect. This one, usually when the air in the room is about 70 degrees, you can put it at about 46 degree air on a really hot day. It actually works very well. The one touch is it'll automatically adjust the fan speed according to the temperature. Medium with the compressor. Very quiet. Okay, so the only noise in the room other than this now, I turned off the little box fan, the only noise in here is the clock over there. This thing actually has really good air direction too. A lot of the units, the air louvers do not work very well. This goes all the way up to 60 degrees and down to 60, and I don't know how high it goes. I'm not gonna try it because I don't want to turn the compressor off. I turned it off for a few minutes just to let it has a built-in 3-minute delay, so I had to start it and let it wait a few minutes before I did the video. This thing has a very solid, thick case. It's pretty thick steel. The whole case is like that. The metal piece that goes on the inside of the window is like that. It's a very well-made unit. It's just solid construction, all steel, and very good quality plastics wherever there's not steel. It has very good air direction. Another common problem I see with these is the little clips that stick into there that look like that. One of them usually breaks, so the vent always just flops around. That's another reason why I put the foam in there, because it kind of holds it where I put it. Other than that, and I actually broke the styrofoam air duct in there when I was taking off because I wasn't careful, but other than that, there's really nothing wrong. There's one screw I had to take out to clean the filter, and then this is a little bit of an issue, and other than that, it's pretty well good. Side panels are a little yellowed, but the vinyl louvers, webbing inside side panels, they're fine. And all in all, not a bad unit. These are really well made units. They're made by White Consolidated Industries, obviously, like I said. And these very rarely have any major problems. There's not even a whole lot of rust inside this one. The other one I have has a little bit more rust, but that one was actually is in worse shape. Another problem with these, which is not a problem at all, it's just a little annoying if you ever have to replace the fan motor. God forbid. The sticker's usually yellow and fade, and all the writing goes away on the fan motor. This one, the fan motor, the tag is just completely shot. A little sticker on it, but the other one, it's perfect, so that's why I know it's a GE motor. It's the same exact thing. The other one was even made the same year. It was just made 3 months newer. Whatever. Obviously, you got a power saver, which turns the fan on and off. And the compressor turns on and off. And then it'll cycle the fan on every once in a while, every few minutes, just to test it. This is actually just tape glue. The timer, I'm pretty sure it's a 24-hour timer. Yeah, 24-hour timer. I never use that. That's the sensor for the remote. Honestly, the loudest part of this air conditioner is the slinger, and even that's not very loud. The camera might not. It's barely. You can barely hear it. If you're not listening for it, you don't really hear it. The camera might pick it up a little better, but I don't know. Yeah, the original cord, well made. It's a very solid unit. You know, this thing will put anything new in its place. This unit is truly. What I like to say about this unit. It's basically a vintage unit with the modern convenience of digital controls, but other than that, it's pretty much a design they've been using since the early 90s. It has R22, which is 17.5 ounces. That's actually a pretty good amount. That's more than most 10,000 BTU units. Modern BTU. That's more Freon than most modern 10,000 BTU units have. Granted, most units, pretty much all the units now, have R410A, but newer R22 units made in like China and Korea, they have like 12 ounces in like a 10,000 BTU unit, and because of that, it takes a long time for them to build pressure and get cold. This one is truly built like the old units. Even the screws, you can just see the screws that hold it together are just well made. The whole thing is just well made. This truly is one of the best units I've ever owned, and I got it for free, and I put some work into it. And honestly, the run cap, I replaced it. The original one was I don't even remember what brand it was, and I replaced it with a Supco, SUPCO, which is actually a pretty big brand for replacement parts, HVAC parts like fan motors, capacitors, and circuit boards, and all kinds of stuff, timers, thermostats, and switches, all that fun stuff. Anyway, just saying, this particular unit, I really love this unit, and this is probably my favorite air conditioner, and it's just been great. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. I've had it for 3 years, and these are very common units. You see a lot of them. They have a unique look. No brand on the outside, square case, 2 vents in the top, a vent on that side, a vent on that side, about this wide, just down the side, more like this wide, just down the side. No labeling or anything on the outside. They're all the same on the outside. Maybe the worst case, the only thing I see that's different between the new ones and the old ones that you can see from far away is the color. Thanks for watching.